Captain America: Civil War. I mean, Avengers 3. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Excuse
Avengers
me.
3.
Excuse me.
Really should have just called it that. I mean, it was better than Age of Ultron. So let's see. Ivan already did a review of this on his channel.
I changed my rating, but not on my channel.
Yeah, I know. Ivan really had problems with this movie, and
I had a lot.
we really enjoyed it though. We saw it together.
It was a great movie.
It was a lot of fun. I'll start off with my thoughts on it. I really thought like the first 30 minutes or so of this movie, it doesn't really have a very good direction. Like you're kind of wondering where the plot's going because there's so many different characters and so many things happening. And like about 30 to 45 minutes in, it starts coming together and like really I think becomes a pretty strong movie. The thing about it is like with movies like this, it's better to start off strong than to start off weak, because if you start off weak with so many things that don't quite add up, you sort of aren't able to hook your audience in right away. Now with this, I felt like if you wait long enough and give it some time, it really paid off. I thought it was a really enjoyable movie. It's not like the smartest movie ever. There's a lot of things that don't make logical sense.
It's a superhero movie. What do you expect?
There's a lot of plot. Well, yeah, but like some of the things are really contrived.
It's a toy commercial.
Okay, shut up, I. But no,
I'm telling the truth.
But there are other superhero movies that have less contrived plots than this. Like this whole thing, it was like the whole point was they have to go from being friends in this same movie to fighting each other and hating each other and all this, like in not a lot of time. They just go through a lot, and I don't really feel like Iron Man's motivation really makes a whole lot of sense. I feel like Tony Stark is kind of weaker in this movie, and he's not quite as strong of a character as he was in the Iron Man movies. But overall, I think it was fun. It was enjoyable, but it had a lot of plot holes, a lot of kind of contrivances. I will say that it's way better than Batman v Superman, and so I think that was probably one reason people praised this movie a lot.
That was a tragedy.
I think the reason people praised Captain America: Civil War, not only because it's a fun movie, like I genuinely really enjoyed the fight sequences in it, but just comparing it to Batman v Superman that had come out right before it, like people, I think, gave it a little too much credit just because like this was more what they were wanting from Batman v Superman. So Matthew, your thoughts?
I thought overall, it was actually pretty good overall. The only thing was like, the only times there'd be like amazing or really cool parts were centered on specific people, and those times didn't happen that often. So it kind of like didn't put that much special stuff in it. When the cool stuff happened, it only happened for small amounts of time. The rest of it was just dialogue and
exposition to build characters and move the story forward.
Yes.
Yeah, like I watched it and it was okay. Like and I say okay in that like it didn't try to take itself too seriously as other movies did, and I was able to follow the plot much more easily because it wasn't taking it so seriously. But there was so much god darn
yeah, we can't cuss this season, Ivan, so
yeah, it's hard. But there was just so much exposition in it to build character for characters that don't really need to be built up, because there are other movies that will explain that for you, and there are comics that will explain that for you.
But it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so everything has to connect, Ivan.
I know, it's stupid. But yeah, it's just exposition to build character and move the story forward, and it doesn't do that. I'd rather like it move the story forward with imagery and sequences rather than them all sitting around a coffee table talking.
Was there a scene where they were sitting around a coffee table?
Yeah,
It was when I was talking about the bill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
I mean, Avengers 2 had the worst one, where they're just at like a bar talking. It had nothing to do with anything whatsoever.
Avengers 2 was really more of a comedy than like any kind of serious
It was awful.
Yeah, I gotta say, this was at least like a bit better than Avengers 2. Like, this at least like caught my attention, and I was able to like stay like interested the whole time. Avengers 2, once you get to the climax, I was like, whatever, they're just gonna fight again.
Alright, I think we need to talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I hated
you can
him.
start off because
I absolutely hated him. I am nervous about seeing Spider-Man Homecoming because Tom Holland is an infant in a Spider-Man outfit when he's on screen. And he's God, dude. I just want to bang my head on the theater seat in front of me because he was so annoying. It was awful.
On the flip side, I thought he was the best Spider-Man that we've seen in a movie, period.
Better than Tobey Maguire?
Yes! Tobey
What?
Maguire was only good in Spider-Man 2, and he was decent in Spider-Man 1.
You didn't think he was good in Spider-Man 1?
He's decent.
You didn't think he was
he's
good?
not.
Oh my.
Tobey Maguire is not a great actor. He's a
No,
decent
like
actor.
it's not. We're not judging him as an actor. We're judging him as the role of Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the role of Spider-Man, Peter Parker. The thing is you've got these two Spider-Mans we've had in the past like 15 years. You got one that did a really good job playing the nerdy aspect of Spider-Man, and then you got one that did an okay job playing the more confident aspects of Spider-Man. But neither one was able to get like multiple facets of the character. They were both pretty one-sided overall.
Really?
Whoa.
No.
Yes.
No. Okay.
I
So
mean, listen.
All right,
Tobey
no,
Maguire-
you listen to
Tobey
me. You
Maguire-
listen to me. Listen to
Ivan,
me
so-
for 1 second,
Ivan,
please. Please.
Ivan, no,
Please.
no.
Okay,
Let
so
me finish.
Spider-Man
Let
1.
me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Spider-Man 1.
Ivan,
Can
let
I
me
please?
finish.
No,
Let me-
you
let me-
stop.
let
It's
me
my turn
finish.
now. It's
It's
my
not your
turn.
turn yet.
It's my turn.
Ivan,
It's my turn.
Ivan.
Ivan, just let him
Ivan,
finish. So you
Don't get triggered.
Ivan.
just let him finish.
Fine.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one
Fine.
triggered, Ivan.
Fine.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So,
You finished, but okay.
Spider-Man 1 and 2, the original, they're good movies. Tobey Maguire does a good job. I just don't feel like he had every aspect of the character down. From the comics, if you're like an avid fan of the comics, he didn't portray the entire character and in its whole. And there are just some moments where he's a little too goofy to be taken seriously. But overall, I like Tobey Maguire in those movies. Spider-Man 3, not so much.
Yeah, we
Amazing
can all agree on
Spider-Man,
that.
we can both agree that
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was a terrible like fit for that
Can you
character.
just like fall off a cliff, please,
But
into a web of disaster?
Tom Holland, you said he was an infant, but like he really is like the age that Spider-Man is supposed to be when he gets his powers.
I didn't say I didn't mean physically. I mean like mentally. When he just kept talking, he just sounded like
I mean, but Spider-Man
it was
does.
such
He has a
baby
lot,
babble.
but he quips so much, anyways. I mean, like that's the character in a
He
whole.
quipped way too much. I felt like the writers were just trying to put in jokes on jokes on jokes for that whole fight sequence. And he didn't do anything.
I mean, but what do you expect though when he like doesn't really have like much of a role in the fight and they throw him in there? Like, all you can really give him is jokes. Like he doesn't have like a real like
Well, if
emotional
they're gonna
like
do that,
connection
then
to
they
the
should
story.
make the jokes at least funny.
Matthew, you thought they were funny though.
I enjoy them for the
Yeah, I mean, like some of them were definitely corny, I'll admit, but like, I don't know. I think overall he fit the role, and like, it wasn't an amazing performance, but I just felt like it was Marvel finally trying to give us a Spider-Man that was at least closer to the comics than what we've had in the past.
This suit sucked though.
Yeah, it was a little too CGI rubbery.
It's a reboot. Like they're
They
starting
could've done
over.
better.
They're starting over.
They could have done better.
Aunt May's hot though. Just throwing that out there. It doesn't
like,
matter.
If the movie after Spider-Man: Homecoming, Aunt May is gonna be like a toddler.
She's gonna be like 20.
Yeah,
He's
and Peter Parker's gonna be like 5.
Like 5-year-old.
No, he'll be like 60. No, they'll
That would be weird.
get a 49-year-old actor to play 10-year-old Spider-Man.
10-year-old Spider-Man. Spider-Man's still in elementary school.
I mean, we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they'll reboot Spider-Man in another 2 years because they have to do it like constantly now.
Alright, I think we went off subject with Spider-Man, but back to Captain America: Civil War. Is there anything else anyone wants to say? Because I think I've said everything that needed to be said about that movie.
I just want to say that I've noticed right now that Matthew, your outfit looks a lot like Arthur.
Thank you.
But
Yes.
other than that, I don't have anything else to add.
Alright.
What are your thoughts?
On my outfit or the movie?
Both.
Well, I'm dressed to
Who
impress.
cares about the outfit?
I feel like Kobe, so it doesn't matter. I think the movie was good overall, but I think now we should do the ratings for it. I
Alright.
really want to hear Ivan's and Jackson's.
Alright, so my rating is going to be a 5 out of 10.
Mine's a 6 out of 10.
Mine was actually torn between 6 or 7, because the fight scenes that were in it were like.
I really
Pretty
enjoyed the
good.
fight scenes, yeah.
I think they did a lot of good. Like Black Panther was amazing.
He was a great character.
I
I'm
did
looking
like-
forward to seeing more of him.
I did like Spider-Man, but I definitely wouldn't say he's the best. I'd say he still has some room to be the best, but waiting on that, so it can lean
He
6.
could die in a room. That'd be great. Alright. Next movie is my favorite movie so far that I've seen in the summer, and that is going to be Swiss Army Man. And none of y'all saw it, so it's just going to be me to the camera, mano y mano, me talking about it by myself.
And if you guys want to skip this part where just Ivan talks, you can skip to this point right here in the video. Go ahead, Ivan.
You're an asshole.
Hey, we can't say that.
Alright, fine.
Bleep it out.
You're a
I can be a butthole.
butt face.
Okay.
Okay.
Face is bootylicious.
Alright, so I saw Swiss Army Man, and I saw it at Midtown Art Cinema with my friend, and I didn't really know what to expect going into this movie, because all I knew was that it was about farting, Daniel Radcliffe, Paul Dano, and they're stranded. That was all. And I saw some reviews for it that were kind of tepid. It was good for critics, like 67 and all that, plus, but for audience it was like an 86, so I was like, okay, let's see what this movie is. And so I saw it, and I was in awe, I was in awe, and I absolutely loved it. Because the whole movie, you would just think from a trailer or from a poster that it's just very sophomoric, about this guy gets stranded on an island. It's about farting, it's about him trying to find his way home, but it's a lot more than that, because there's a lot of symbolism in that movie. And the symbolism being displayed in the movie isn't in your face. It's very subtle. Some of it's subtle. Some of it's, well, I shouldn't say it's always in your face, because some of it's in your face, but some of it's subtle. Some of it's in your face. Some of it you can just point out as interpretations, but it's all there. There's not one different type of style, and that's one of the things that I love about this movie. Another thing that I do love about the movie is Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano. Paul Dano is fantastic. I haven't seen him act that good ever since 6. And Daniel Radcliffe is, look, he's not here. He's no longer Harry Potter. This is the best role that he has ever taken, in my opinion. Yes,
You guys talented.
even better. Yeah, like, he's extremely underrated. He's way better than he was in Harry Potter in this movie, and judging from this, he has a long career ahead of him. Also, cinematography and camera angles were inventive, and that's what made the movie unique. Because whenever I watch a movie, I'm wondering, what about this movie is going to be unique? What's going to make me change my opinion of movies? What's going to make me change my opinion on how to make a film over time? This movie definitely has uniqueness, inventiveness, and originality. I can say that from the bottom of my heart that I think these directors are the next Wes Anderson, they're the next Tarantino's, they're the next Christopher Nolan's. They are the next big thing in Hollywood if they get a movie into Hollywood. And their name is the Daniel Brothers. The craziest thing is, the only other thing they have in their filmography is the Turn Down for What video. That's the only thing they have.
Wow.
Are you serious?
I am completely dead serious.
Wow, that's funny.
Like, I want to see more stuff that they put out, and I even want to watch the Turn Down for What video after we leave this, just to see different styles that they've infused in that and how that translated to a big, giant screen in a theater. It's
it's an interesting
absolutely
music video, but
amazing.
I wouldn't have thought it would lead to a movie quite like this.
Always follow your dreams, kids.
It was
Yes.
one of the best experiences I've ever had in a theater. I was literally in my seat like that, looking up with my mouth open with a big, gigantic smile on my face, because when I see a movie, I want to be sucked into the world of the movie, and that movie sucked me right in. I was in awe. I was in a dreamland. It was fan-effing-tastic.
Emphasis on the effing.
Yes, I wish I could say the F word for this, but we're promoting this now.
I mean, if you want, you can say it. We're just gonna censor it.
Alright, it was fan-tastic.
Hey, also we got a new editor. His name's Anthony. Anthony, if you want, just bleep out all the curse words, because Ivan doesn't want us to curse in the show now. So.
Yeah.
Because he thinks it looks bad on his resume or something.
Shut up. Alright, anyway, this movie, because of its uniqueness, because of its originality, because of its inventiveness, because of the different ways that they shot the movie, because of the acting in the movie, and how these two characters got along and their chemistry binding together, I am giving this movie a 10 out of 10.
I'd give it like a 4.
You never even saw it.
I know.
Alright. And the next movie we have is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Matthew and I saw this one in
I
theaters.
did not see it, so fill me in.
Okay.
I did not want to see this movie. Why did you see it? That's my question.
I saw it because Matthew and our friend Chris wanted me to go see it with them.
Are you a fan of Ninja Turtles?
They're okay, I guess. I kind of like the cartoon a little bit.
I didn't grow up with it. So.
Yeah.
If you were an avid fan of the cartoon, you'd actually hate this movie. But if you're a fan of them,
Thank you.
You would love this movie. Because for the cartoon, for the most part, it has the characters right. The only thing is, like, it bends and creates its own universe to where there's not a lot of consistency and pull together. But as a movie overall, I actually, compared to the first one, I didn't enjoy it that much. But this one, it wasn't that bad, so it was pretty good. I liked it.
I thought for something with Michael Bay's name on it, it wasn't too bad. I mean, there were a lot of things I thought that didn't really make sense. Like they get this like potion thing, and they're like, so we could use this to become human. No, we're not going to be human. Throws the potion, destroys it. It's like, well, if they ever wanted the opportunity or to ever. No, okay, never mind. Like.
In the first movie, there were amazing parts. Like, they had the part where they made the music in the elevator.
The only good scene in that movie.
They had team moves and stuff. They showed cool stuff. At the end, they even had a song specific for it. This movie had absolutely nothing. Nothing like that. There was some teamwork. They didn't even resolve their problem throughout the whole movie. They still had it at the end, so I was like, oh, is there another, like...
Yeah, the whole character arc of like them fighting with each other was just sort of felt like any movie, like any team movie basically. Like there's like the leader that's too harsh on some of them, and then there's the one that's rebellious, and all the other stereotypes. Like
there was basketball in it. They went to a live basketball game.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Was something.
Megan Fox was hot in it.
Megan Fox is hot.
She's not that attractive.
Ivan, you're part of the minority on that one.
Ivan rates it a 4 out of 10.
Like a 3 probably, or maybe a 4. 4.
Yeah, I would give it a 4. What about you?
I didn't even see the movie. I can't rate it.
Either 5 or 4. Because I want to say 5 because I still love them, but kinda deserved a 4.
Honestly, like I turned my brain off. I wasn't expecting anything.
It's okay to say 4.
I enjoyed it with my friend Matthew, but it was a 4.
It was a good friend thing. I'd definitely bring a friend to it, but I wouldn't just like
just for torture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have tortured Ivan. Ivan would not have been able to sit through that.
Ivan would not be able to sleep at night watching that movie.
I think it was a decent kids movie though. Like not saying that kids like deserve like movies that aren't as good. I'm just saying like I think if I had been a kid, I would have really enjoyed it. But like as an adult and a film critic, I was like, could have been a bit better, but then again, I'm not even a Ninja Turtles fan, so I wasn't really expecting anything out of it, to be honest.
Alright, can we talk about one more movie that I'm surprised isn't on the list we made?
Sure, what movie?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, well, I didn't put it on the list because I already did a review of it.
Yeah, but
and
like,
you did too.
I feel like this is a good roundtable discussion movie to discuss.
Yeah, we can talk about Suicide Squad.
Did you see it, Matthew?
Well, I didn't think it was that bad. I actually enjoyed it, but the only thing was like, the only parts I liked were like 5 minutes each, like no longer, no less. They didn't give me too much content. It's like a taco without beef. Like they just gave me the shell, but like I was happy to have something.
That's a great analogy.
For the fact that they spend the first like hour of this movie giving you backstory for all the characters, I felt like I did.
Stupidest thing in the whole movie.
I feel like I didn't know these characters at all. Like
I love how they
that?
spent like so much time on the Joker, giving you backstory that had nothing to do with the other events that played out in the movie. Like
the Joker had nothing
how
to
he
do with
crashed
the movie.
Why was it important that he crashed the car into the river, and Batman punches Harley Quinn?
Because Marvel's doing a cinematic universe, DC has to do it, and that means Batman has to make at least 2 minutes of an appearance in this movie,
or like 1
so
minute.
that we know it's connected.
They made a whole song for that scene, and that scene was not more than like 10 seconds. Like that was just a waste.
It's on the soundtrack though, so if you want to listen to it, you can.
Yeah, the soundtrack, because all those songs were fitting of the movie.
It was funny because like everybody wanted a lot more of the Joker, but I think the Joker is kind of what made the movie. Like for the rest of the movie, everybody was walking around, but whenever Joker showed up, he was like
the worst.
killing.
He really was the worst actor in it.
He was freaking killing
Which is sad
everybody.
because Jared Leto is
kinda
an
cool.
amazing, incredible actor, but I don't
That
know
was a
what
terrible
happened here.
performance. His laugh of
Yeah, that was. I didn't like the hand thing either. He kept putting his hand over people's mouths.
They tried so hard to make this look cool. They tried so hard.
Like, the thing is like, I wasn't disappointed by the Joker because he wasn't in that much of the movie. I knew he wasn't in the Suicide Squad to begin with, so I didn't think he was going to be in that much of the movie anyway. But just the performance compared to any other Joker I've seen was just so weak, and like, I liked his look. Like, I'll be one of the few people that I say that like I enjoyed how
he
he
had a
looked.
good look.
It was amazing.
It's just
Like-
the execution of this whole performance was unbearable.
It felt
to
like
look
a Joker
at.
ripoff, like he was like doing an impersonation.
You might say it's unbearable to look at.
Wait, I don't see any bears.
Overall, like, more of how he was acting, I get was bad. But I mean, like, his scenes were my favorite. I know y'all may disagree.
In
But, like,
the best worst way possible.
every time he showed up, literally, multiple people were just getting shot down and dying and stuff. It was like, this guy's a villain. While the rest
Really?
of them
The
are just
Joker's
like,
a villain? I
Bro,
never knew.
Like, look at the rest of the villains in the movie. Like, they're just like, oh, I'm a bad guy, bad thing, bad thing. Oh, I'm caught.
Also, what is it with this movie and the fact that they're like, we're all bad guys, but we're all friends at the end who work together?
It's like, oh, they're gonna kill me. I'm not even gonna try to resist. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
they all would have died if this was a comic book. Like, let's be honest.
And they're against this villain that just dances like, ooh, like who is she? Why did she matter? No, this movie had so
is
much.
a mess.
This movie could have been so much better, and it might not have even been great, but it could have been so much better if they
I
just.
thought it was gonna be good, honestly.
Yeah,
'cause
me too.
It's directed by David Ayer, and I know he has a great appeal to crime in movies because he's directed End of Watch, and he also directed. Well, he wrote Training Day, so he knows what he's doing with crime. It's just with superheroes and character development in this movie, everything just went turned upside down.
It's like they had it perfect, and then they dropped all
Well,
of
what
that
happened
stuff
was is that
instantly.
Studio interference.
Warner
Shit.
Brothers interfered with it,
No.
and it ended up being like 6 different or multiple editors working on the project at once.
And the editors for the actual movie were the ones that did the trailer. And so the movie went from having this really dark tone that David Ayer had his vision for, and then they're like, well, you know, the trailer's really funny, and we used all the jokes in the trailer. Let's just make the movie just
They
like
had
the
to
trailer.
reshoot the movie because they used all the jokes in the trailer, and they thought it wasn't gonna be funny enough.
It's like, if you're not intending on this movie being a comedy, why would you put all the jokes in the trailer?
Because that's how you sell people in. Because they realized Deadpool was funny and
I
it made a
know,
lot of
but-
money, and they were like, oh, we should probably put jokes in this movie, even though we have about 5 that are decent, and
They
the
were
rest are just.
all dry. They didn't hit anywhere special. They had the potential. They just didn't reach anywhere with them.
Honestly, I would just say get, what's his name? The dude who directed
Guardians of the Galaxy. I was just gonna say that.
Get the writers from that and have them write for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, I thought that would have been good too. I mean, they were really just trying to get, like, cash in on the whole, like, appeal of Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then I saw the credits, and I realized that Zack Snyder had involvement with Suicide Squad.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because he may not be black, but he really likes dark stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
He may not be emo, but he likes dark stuff.
Oh, now that's offensive to me now.
Oh. Podcast over.
Well, he may not be Jewish, but, something offensive.
Money.
Money, yes.
Coins the precious.
Precious. So, okay. What would everyone rate Suicide Squad?
2 out of 10. A 2 out of 10.
That's-
2 out of 10.
You saying it's as bad as Batman v Superman?
I think so. I mean, okay. For Batman v Superman, it was unbearable, but it was hilarious to watch. I thought more illogical things happened in Batman v Superman than in Suicide Squad, but at least like Suicide Squad felt the costumes were cool, I guess.
Yeah. Well, okay. I would give Suicide Squad either a 3 or a 4, leaning more towards 3. But what you said about the costumes, I think the visual style of this movie, like some of it was actually pretty cool, and I like some of the aspects of it.
I thought some of the
Too
song
much of it-
choices worked, but some were just bad.
Yeah, so, like some of it felt like there was a cool style there. Like it was, I don't know. I feel like overall it was better than Batman v Superman because at least there was stuff about it I can remember and stuff about it that like stuck out and was interesting to look at or at least listen to. And it was shorter than Batman v Superman. Batman v Superman wasted 3 hours of my time. Suicide Squad was like an hour and a half, or like maybe 2 hours at the most. Like, I don't know. I felt less ripped off, I guess, even though it was still bad.
I think I'm the middle point of this one. I'm going with straight 3. Compared to Batman v Superman, I think it was actually great compared to it.
Oh,
Cause,
that's a fair point.
Because Batman v Superman, like, that was almost a waste for me. Because, like, I enjoyed it, but throughout that whole movie, I was like, Superman would body Batman in any fight. And I was that just kept running through my mind. And I was like, oh, no, that's not how I was going to go. But for Suicide Squad, like, I like the way they portrayed most of the villains. Like, not their backstories, but, like, how Deadshot was, like, 5. Will Smith did good as him. Margot Robbie did good as, like, Harley. I think she looked good in the outfit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta agree
Alright.
on that one. I thought their outfits did look pretty cool. Like, they actually went accurate for once, for the most part.
Stylistically,
Yeah.
it's a nice looking movie.
Because
Yeah.
most other movies
Just
they'll
editing is
completely
just
change
choppy and sloppy and
And something
all
else
over
that
the
rhymes
place.
with Oppie.
Jalopy. But yeah, I'd say 3. Solid 3.
all right.
All
Well,
right.
that's it.
Well, thank you for watching the Film Pod. I'm JT Dubs,
I'm Ivan Lichtenstein.
Matthew Vaughn.
and you've been watching the Film Pod.
Ba ba ba.
See you guys next time. Thanks for coming on the show, Matthew.
Anytime, anything for you guys.
Peace out.
Yo, cuz, why you throw up?